Hey, this is Gamer Heroine, and I was lucky enough to receive an early copy of Shadows Awakening. I don't usually play these styles of games, but after getting further and further into it, it was very hard to put it down. The premise of the game is that you start as a demon devourer, and as you proceed through the game, you gain additional souls, and you can choose out of 4 slots which souls go where. I have only played about 10 hours of this game so far, and I already have more souls than slots. I have to say this game had some really cool features, like it had great voice acting, interactions between characters were really good, even if they occupied technically the same body, and a really great dialogue system. So this game has a complex dialogue tree that sets up for different interactions depending on which characters you have. And with certain long dialogue scenes that set up a large amount of backstory, you can just full out skip it when you go to replay through the game. There's also decent puzzles. Some of them were more fun to complete than others. For sure, the move the rock onto the plate puzzle was definitely my least favorite. There was not a great way to grab the rock. But a lot of the switch-oriented ones, it was a lot about timing, about concentration. Some of them were about forcing you to switch worlds to be able to find clues as to how to solve the puzzle. The only thing better than the story so far is wonderful assets. Overall, everything made for this game is wonderful. The game design, the character design, the environment, the cutscenes, the armor, everything is just gorgeous. This game had really great mechanics for their complex system of switching characters. They had it set up so that leveling up, each character would level up no matter how much you played them. And so you didn't have to worry about needing your archer for a boss and it still being only a level 2. You had an abundance of points even for brand new characters so that they were still on the same level. I also really liked the weighted attacks of each character. It really felt like you had to decide when to attack, when to dodge. You had to plan strategically. Something I really liked about this game that I wasn't anticipating gaining from a variety of characters is that you can kind of plan your strategies on how to attack a level. You can, in the Shadow World, scout out where the mortal enemies are, and then plan where you want to spawn back into the mortal realm to attack those enemies. But that's also a criticism I have, is switching between the mortal world and Shadow World. Enemies don't have a stun factor from you randomly teleporting in. There's no delay in them seeing you, and so even if you catch them by surprise, they're not actually caught by surprise, which also provides a stun factor for yourself because more than once I randomly spawned on a large pit of enemies. Even though I really enjoyed playing this game, I do have some criticisms. Like, for instance, Chapter 1, the Shadow World enemies were really repetitive. It definitely got better with Chapter 2 and 3. Even though this game is also very gorgeous and well made, there are some objects that aren't quite interactable. That should be. And there also are some shadow traders that are having a bit of a hard time. Most of the mechanics are super great, but I still got irked by the fact you couldn't click the map. You had to go over to the left side and click it. Lastly, there's no good way to pause cinematic scenes. I absolutely love story, but sometimes I need a moment to celebrate my victory of killing a boss. Shadow Awakening lists this game as having 20 plus hours per character, and there's 3 characters, so you can at least get 60 hours worth of gameplay in. I already have 10, I see no end in sight. So I look forward to continuing this game and seeing what else this series has to offer. This is Gamer Heroine. Thank you for watching!